What's up today, my wonderful family? Thank you all for tuning in to another video. Listen, I'm forever grateful that you will take time out of your day to tune into these videos, and I really appreciate you. I want to take this time to address a question that I got recently, and the question was, is it okay to kiss during a courtship? If you watched the last video or the video before last, we talked about how it is not okay to have sex during a courtship, okay? So I got a recent question, is it okay to at least kiss? Like, can you at least kiss during courtship? And then someone actually commented under their question on the last post, and they said, well, I believe it's okay, you know, if you give them like a peck on the cheek, you know, none of that real kissing. I'm talking about, you know, it might be okay if you just give them a peck on the cheek. And then under that, they also commented and said, I believe it may be okay to kiss anywhere from 1 to 5 seconds. Okay, so I want to take the time to address all of this. Okay, so let's start right here and let's work our way backwards. Okay, let's start with the comment that said it may be okay to kiss for 1 to 5 seconds. Okay. Now, I don't agree with that. And as a matter of fact, I don't agree with kissing at all. Number one, it's not about what's wrong with it. It's about what's right with it, okay? You have to understand that we as people are always progressively moving towards something. In other words, nobody stays the same, right? For example, somebody who plays basketball, they may go outside and they may shoot 10 free throws. They may only make 2. Well, guess what? On their radar is to make 3 out of 10, then 4 out of 10, then all of a sudden 5 out of 10. Then they're going around saying, hey man, I shoot 50% from the free throw line. Then they may meet somebody else or have another friend that's shooting 75%. Then guess what? In other words, they're progressively moving and scaling themselves up, okay? So if you start out with a mentality of it's okay to have a peck on the cheek, okay? Pretty soon, that peck on the cheek is not going to satisfy you anymore. And what happens? This woman literally watches you compromise, okay? This woman is going to literally watch you go from talking about a peck on the cheek, and then the next thing you know, you're kissing her. Then the next thing you know, you're inside of her bedroom. Then the next thing you know, you're just doing whatever, right? So boundaries are set in place to help and protect you from your own self, okay? So it's not about trying to get away with what you can with doing the right thing. In other words, think about it like this. Think about it like this. When it comes to reading the Word of God, okay, and living out the Word of God, sometimes people can have the mentality like, what's the least amount that I can do and barely slip my way into heaven? We don't want to have that mentality when it comes to heaven and living for the Lord, right? And we also do not want to have that mentality when it comes to a courtship, especially if you're the man and you're the leader in this. You have to take ownership, right? You have to understand the position that God has trusted you with and the person that God has trusted you with, okay? So when it comes to kissing, absolutely not. You know, I believe there is no type of value in that. And I believe that both of you all should refrain from doing that. And it works a lot easier if both people are on the same page, okay? Because if you got one person, you know, that's totally for it, meaning that, okay, it's going to be no kissing during the courtship. And then you got a person over here talking about a peck on the cheek. That's a problem, okay? Because he going to want to get his peck, okay? Sooner or later, it may not come out in day number 1 or day number 3, right? He going to want to get his peck. That's all he's thinking about is a peck on the cheek. And then, you know, as time go on, oh, it's Valentine's Day. Why not a peck on the cheek? I mean, look at all these other people around here in the restaurant. They're all giving a peck on the cheek, and why can't I give you a peck on the cheek? In other words, he will try to manipulate that woman. Why? Because from the very, very get-go, he told you what he wanted. He told you he was into pecks on the cheek, right? But you chose to sweep it under the rug and not believe him. Instead of both being open and honest and talking about this thing and getting it right from the get-go and seeing if he agrees to it. Instead of just saying, he'll be all right. You know, that's little Joe. He always talking about peck on the cheek. No, that's not going to go away. Like, you have to deal with that, okay? And then to address another part of the comment that says from 1 to 5 seconds, okay? Somebody said you can kiss somebody as long as it's no longer than 5 seconds. Man, do you know what a person can do in 5 seconds? In 5 seconds, a little kid can take a match, some paper towels, and go over there and literally catch the whole building on fire, okay? You have to understand that all it takes is one spark, okay? Whether it's intentional or not intentional, one spark can set a whole building on fire. Now, you can sit there and play all innocent if you want to. Oh, 1 second kiss ain't gonna do anything. But listen, you have to understand. You have to understand that you do not want to give the enemy room in your courtship, okay? If you allow the enemy to dominate your courtship, what do you think he's gonna do in your marriage, okay? In other words, if you won't take a stand now, you ain't gonna take any kind of stand in marriage, right? Now, I'm not saying you're gonna have these boundaries in your marriage, but I'm saying, you know, setting structures in general and not willing to compromise, okay? This courtship is gonna prepare you for that, but you wanna take this courtship serious. So once again, the answer to this question is absolutely no. I do not believe that you all should kiss before marriage, okay? I believe that this is something that you all should talk about, you all should be open with, and make sure that you all are on the exact same page, okay? Now, if there's one person that doesn't agree with it, they like, well, you know, I agree with some boundaries, but I think that is a little bit too extreme. I suggest that you pray for them, okay? I suggest that you have a talk with them. Let them know where you stand, okay? Let them know where you stand and let them know how you feel, and then you should definitely pray for them. If that's a true man of God or a true woman of God, and they see you raising the level to help y'all's courtship, and they don't want to strive to do better in terms of glorifying God and being pure in it, then I firmly believe that that's not the one for you, okay? I hope that this video helped you out, and remember, I'm always here to help you out in any kind of situation that you have. Feel free to drop a comment below, say what's up, tell me how your day is going. You know, I always look forward to interacting in the comment section below. Also, comment below if you have any other video topics that you want me to address, all right? I love you. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that way you'll be notified every single time that a new video is uploaded. I look forward to talking to you in the very next video. You have a blessed day, and I'm praying for you.